Hi, I'm Bob Ayati, Partner and Global Head of Consulting with TABB Group. And this is the next installment of What We're Seeing. Today's topic is near-term corporate planning and positioning. We're going to talk about the increase in related requests that we've received, mostly from product companies, to help them in their corporate planning and positioning. The requests that we're seeing coming in three basic categories. What is happening and what are the current trends? How big are the markets and how do I allocate my budget? And how big is the real opportunity? First, we'll look at what's happening. In these kind of engagements, we speak a lot about current trends. And the top trends that we're seeing right now center very clearly on regulation. The current state of regulation and the future state of regulation. Everything from potential changes to Gramm-Leach-Bliley and the Glass-Steagall Act, to best execution regulations, to potential for transaction tax, to regulations around limitations of speed and co-location. All of these have clear impact, should they come across, to the industry and to our clients. The second area of what's happening in top trends is around current IT environment. What are the current trends in technology? What we've seen most recently, probably over the last 4 or 5 years, is a clear focus on low latency, around advanced execution systems, around market data infrastructure. I think we've seen some bit of a shift in more recent times, in the last few months, that focus more on reducing that latency on the hardware side in the data center. We're also seeing a focus on network transport, and around co-location. The last area and the what's happening section here is the business impact. How do these things impact different businesses? How do I change my marketing and positioning to focus on those changes and how the market is viewing those changes? The second point revolves around market sizing and budget allocation. We look at how big each market is, how much institutions spend in particular areas on solutions. But more importantly, it's on targeting, client segmentation, buy side versus sell side, proprietary trading versus high frequency trading. But it goes beyond that. In a time when we're more focused on efficiency and trying to get the most out of what we're doing, we see a much clearer trend around targeting not just buy side and sell side, but large investment managers, small hedge funds, Chicago proprietary trading shops, something more focused. Also around geographic region, where it's no longer satisfactory to look at the major geographic regions of North America, Europe, and Asia, but rather focused more clearly, in particular in Asia, where the emergence of China is much different than the established Japanese markets, which is also changing dramatically in the ASEAN countries as they're emerging and beginning to align together. We also look at changes in the business process, where the front office continues to get the lion's share of attention, trading, execution, client-facing sales, proprietary trading, high-frequency trading. But more than that, it's around, as we said in the last installment, more focus on the back office, on processing, on finding ways to become more efficient. Looking at clearance and settlement, looking on the buy side at allocation and custody, with more of a focus on becoming efficient. Lastly, around the sizing area, it's internal versus external. We've certainly seen a trend the last 10 or 15 years going from more proprietary internal spend to more external spend. But now what's the additional breakdown? From the external third party, how much is hardware versus software versus services? And how much of each of those areas growing? Not only going forward in absolute terms, but with respect to historical growth. Last segment, how big is the real opportunity? How large is the market? How much is being spent? But maybe more importantly, what's the addressable market? How much of that market can I as a product company capture from other competitors? And how much can I take from proprietary development? What's being done in-house, maybe going out-house now, continuing the trend towards external trading? What's the competitive landscape look like? Are they traditional players? Are they new players? How are they gaining share? Is it through marketing? Is it through better technology? All these areas help define how big the opportunity is. So what does this mean? Two things. First, the focus remains on efficiency. Companies need to more precisely allocate their resources to the market need and, most importantly, to the company's value proposition. Secondly, we see most views in the market as growing more and more positive. We seem to be out of the malaise of the last 2 years, at least to the extent that people in the market now are beginning to look more positively and more favorably on future markets and want to take advantage of those opportunities. So it's leading these companies to seek areas of growth and, most importantly, to devise strategies and tactics that will lead them there. I'm Bob Iotti, and this is what we're seeing.